Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is Xenoblade Chronicles 3. We're in the city and we've got 2 hero quests left to go before we are finally gonna continue on with the main story. And for today, yes, we're gonna go on the accessory route. So let's go see what we need to do for her. And I'm wondering if these gonna be just as long as the rest or shorter. Guess we'll see.
Oh, at long flipping last. There you are, Mash.
Looking for moi? Maz, how have you been? We've been scouring high and low for you. Yes. Lovely to see you too. You have some business to discuss?
Whoa. Pull the other one, Mash. It's got bells on it.
So cold, Mazzy. Ice cold. Don't pretend you don't know what we're talking about.
Me and my fair lady ordered matching accessories. Quite a while ago, too. It's getting silly now.
Yeah, and I recall we paid a pretty penny up front too. Don't want to rush you, Maz, but come on. Oh, yes, of course. Oh, of course, I hadn't forgotten. I was literally just pinning down the final touches on the design. I'm on the cusp of beginning production.
Oh, you were you? Well, I'm glad to hear it, Mash. Phew! I was sweating buckets there. Thought the whole thing had slipped your mind.
Perish the thought. That would be tragic.
She did forget. 100% clearly.
Right. My sincerest apologies. It did, in fact, utterly escape me. Figured.
Figures.
But Maz, you're so chuffing brilliant at what you do. It's just such a crying shame that you're like this, you know? Oh, how it pains me to know it.
Hey, at least you remembered now. We're still on board, by the way. Long as you give us a discount for the trouble.
We're looking forward to the finished products. Ta-ta! Well, I put my foot in it again. Perhaps I ought to hire a clerk.
Or an assistant, or maybe something in that regard. Something just to keep an eye on all your orders.
What is the deal with those guys?
They're soldiers, those two. Illustrious members of the Lost Numbers. Not to mention my clients. Previously, I received a commission from them for a pair of matching accessories, but clearly my mind was otherwise occupied. Letting my clients wait any longer than this is going to tarnish my reputation. I'll have to expedite my work.
Should we help?
What? Are you quite sure?
We'd be pretty crappy friends if we just left you in the lurch now, innit?
Gosh! Well, I'm incredibly grateful for the offer.
And let me guess, we need to get the resources for her.
I shall have to be sure to compensate you appropriately when the order is completed.
Will we need to leave the city again to gather materials?
No. Before any of that, we will need to prioritize information gathering.
Information? What kind? And why?
Even the most basic accessory necessitates a great deal of thought. One must consider its shape, application, presentation. But above all else, it is imperative to pin down the nature of the individual to whom it will ultimately belong.
How do you mean, nature?
We must learn more about Jake and Tessa, find out what makes them tick. Only then will we discern the accessories they desire. That is how I do things, and that is where we must begin.
Sounds like a really roundabout way to do things. Why not just ask them yourself?
Only a third-rate charlatan would consider such a thing. The true creme de la creme must fulfill their clients' orders without uttering even a word.
But you don't have much time.
Which is why I'm very grateful for your assistance.
Everybody take a corner of the city and ask around.
We may have our work cut out for us.
I suppose we should start by asking people who are close to those two.
That's the way indeed. Then let's begin our inquiries. We must talk to Jake and Tessa's compeers in the Lost Numbers and find all we can about them.
Hero quest. For the sake of keepsakes.
Good to add more names.
Jake and Tessa, yeah? They seemed a bit wishy-washy, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
sure
let's
there are
see.
plenty
Their
of people
actions
we
will
need to talk
surely
to.
speak for themselves.
I see some relations have changed.
You wanna know about Jake and Tessa? Yeah, I gotcha. They're kind of celebrities among the Lost Numbers. Really? Well, they don't like to talk about this too loudly, but you know how Jake's basically houseless, right? Houseless? Ah, yes. A certain circles bandy that term about to describe one who cannot trace their descent to any of the established lineages. It is unfortunate, but people in that position often find themselves pushed to the fringes of society. Jake got bullied relentlessly as a kid. Poor guy could never catch a break. But Tessa, who's the same age as Jake, would always look after him and make sure he was okay. The darker Jake's mood got, the brighter and more cheerful she'd act around him. In fact, it's probably thanks to her that Jake started to line up. Now he's, well, as you know him. Wow, that wasn't the kind of story I was expecting. You'd never think it the way he acts. Yeah, well, they can get on your nerves sometimes, but you can't deny it's kind of an inspiring story. They've earned our respect. It's not even every day that you get to see a story of true love unfold, huh? No big wonder they ended up getting hitched in the end, I suppose. Jake and Tessa. Alright, 2 more to go.
I see some relations have changed.
Okay, 1 here. At the dock. Well, Tessa's from the House Rhodes. Try not to have anything to do with the Vandams and the Doles if they can. Personally wise, though, Tessa's more of a Vandam, and she's always wanted to bring the fight to Mobius. Naturally, her parents didn't take too kindly on her wanting to be a soldier. They were this close to disowning her one time. That's when Jake stepped in. He convinced Tessa's folk to let her join the Lost Numbers on the condition he'd signed up to protect her. If it was gonna be so hard on Tessa, wouldn't it make more sense for Jake to try and talk her out of it as well? When you put it like that. But then there'd be no one left on Tessa's side at all. Maybe it sounds cliched, but Jake always has Tessa's back, and even if it means the whole world is against them. Talk about passionate, eh? Passionate, or that's just how it is in a relationship. If your girl is against the entire world, you stand by her and support her whenever you can. Right. That was an easy one. Oh crap. Now we're at the bottom of the war room, isn't it? Yeah, let's just travel back up.
It should be operable now.
I know, it's on his way. Come on, we don't have all day. Yeah, I'm guessing the elevator's always on top, isn't it? That's what we normally get into if we want to go to the war room, but since they have no warp outside of it on top, then yeah, it doesn't make it any easier, does it? Back in the day, Tessa once found herself caught between Kevesi and Agnian troops during a mission. It was a big one, for Ronuses and all. The platoon had a tough call to make calling a retreat, but they had to leave Tessa behind. But Jake? Nah, Jake refused the order. Let me guess, he went in to rescue her all by himself? That's right, fire from both nations fell all around them like rain, but he ran in with all the breath in his lung. Everyone thought they were good as dead, but no. Jake picked up the wounded Tessa and did the impossible, getting her home. He ended up taking more hits than her, wound up bloody from head to toe. Not a pretty sight. But he didn't mind. He was just content that he didn't have to lose Tessa. I wish I had half the guy's courage. Yeah, they do sound like they do belong together.
Be information enough for now.
Well, at least from the guy's side, because he's willing to give almost everything for her. At least that's what it looks like. Alright, let's have a slight roundabout and a discussion. and I'm betting then we need to figure out what kind of resources we're gonna use for that.
Better make sure we're well rested.
And hopefully we have those resources already.
Where should I start?
Well, this wasn't what I was expecting.
I know. I figured they'd be a couple of quirky jokers.
Sounds like they've had it rough.
Indeed. They appear so ostentatious and fickle. One could be quick to dismiss them as mindless followers. But the truth is that they are loyal soldiers both, and they care deeply for each other. In which case, I'd be inclined to substitute an eye-catching design for something altogether more somber. The accessory they seek is most likely...
Most likely... what?
That shall have to wait. In any case, I have a clear idea of what would suit them now. You've been a tremendous help.
Good to hear. So I'm guessing the next step is we go looking for the materials, yeah?
Haha, you guessed correctly.
Are you going to tell us what we need?
Yes, I'll need two things. One of them, far easier to come by. I'll start with that. One may find rose quartz growing on Corn Island, on the Arithia Sea. What I would need is a quartz crystal with a particularly high purity, known as Red Shawl.
Corn Island. Got it. Let's go take a look.
And the other thing? Because while we're out there, we might as well go for it. Yeah, that's never gonna be that easy, isn't it? Let's see. Here it is. Is this gonna be all on the tip of it all? I think it is, isn't it? That does mean we have to walk all around again, isn't it? Yeah. I don't mind. We've done that walk a couple of times for multiple hero quests, so might as well add this one to the list too. It is a great place though, so I don't understand why we need to be there for so many things. Alright, let's go.
Crystals everywhere. How are we gonna find the right stuff?
That's a question best left for our resident expert, Masha.
Well, first we have to go to the place, and then we gotta decide if when we find a Cheryl if it's good enough. Well, getting there now should be very straightforward. But there's literally no one on this island that is strong enough to take on us, so...
Watch your footing, guys.
Yeah, and all the little extra items we're getting. I haven't checked the cards in a while though. Maybe after the hero mission, if we've completed
They've really gone and done it now.
I might check to see if we have some new Collectopedia cards we can complete. Just for some extra hints of affinity. We're still going the right way? Yes, we are. So if I'm considering that we need to take a red shrill, it's gonna make like a gigantic red ruby. It must be some sort of necklace that they can use when they're in combat, isn't it? And that they don't lose when they're all busy and stuff. Am I getting curiouser and curious here to see what the design is that she came up with.
The next leg of our journey will take us to the Orion tunnels.
Hold on. Don't tell me you're taking us down there to do actual mining for you.
Ah, close, but no mica. It's not minerals you'll be mining this time, but monsters.
Huh? Not literally, right?
I think she literally means literally, yeah.
Deep in the Orion tunnels, there's said to exist a rare species of rockel. The unique mineral which takes root on its back, argentium, will be our next target. Though I must confess, I have only ever set eyes on it but a single time.
How are you so sure that you'll be able to find it then?
Well, we had no trouble getting the first material. Let's stay optimistic.
Better hope our luck's not run out yet. Off to the mines with us then.
Oh yes, let's mine some monsters in the Pentalus region, okay. Let's see, there it is. And of course, here we have a grave that is relatively close by, perfect. Hopefully they will get us there quickly. Because I don't mind fighting a few monsters in order to get some materials for them. But they better be a little bit quick about it. Yeah, I'm raring to go to continue on with the main story. So I'm recording all these hero quests quite close to each other. Can we get there? Yeah, this should not be too high.
Looks like a pretty rare specimen.
Ooh, a level 51 elite.
Is that the ruffle we wanted?
I think it is.
Quite remarkable, isn't it? Let's procure our ore before it gets away.
No, it's not getting away. Once we have set our sights on it, we will run it down to hell if it needed. And again, interlink level 2 should be enough, I think, for this one. Since we are not even on interlink level 1. And it's almost already halfway there. Yeah, I think 1 should even be enough for this one. If we can get a mega out of there. Oh yeah, level 1 was perfect.
Come after me, and that's what you get.
We're near our limit.
If only you didn't charge off on your own.
So glad we got the agenda without too much fuss.
We were fortunate indeed. Well then, the city beckons.
The city beckons indeed. Yeah, I might go straight to the station. I hope we have enough material now to make what she has in mind. Because I do think she hasn't completely formulated the idea in her head, but she knows in what direction to go to. So while she's processing it, then she'll get to the final product. And I'm hoping that they'll love it, whatever it is that she's gonna make.
Once again, your incomparable efforts have paved the way forward. Thank you, my dears. I feel now that I can finally produce the accessory I have in my mind's eye.
Isn't this an excessive amount of time and effort for a couple of accessories?
That, good sir, is the difference between the ready-made and the tailor-made. That, and it's my sales point. All right, you may have to give me a while.
Take all the time you need. As long as the game shows us what she ended up making.
It is complete.
Contract bracelets, okay. I thought it was gonna go for a necklace.
Good work, Masha. Okie doke. Time to deliver the goods to those two.
Yes, just a moment. I've given them a call and arranged for them to take delivery at the Founders Square.
I really hope they'll like them.
They better. After all the trouble they put us through.
You needn't worry. They will be satisfied, I assure you, or my name is not Masha.
But is it though? Is
So
her
it's
name
bracelets
Masha?
this time, huh?
That's correct. Rings, bracelets, and the like happen to be my forte.
Ooh, I think we went a little bit too quick there. Ah, that's okay.
Jake, Tessa, So sorry to have kept you waiting. These would be the items you requested. Do check if they're to your liking.
Oh, finally! Really kept us waiting, eh?
I know, I am buzzing. The silver luster comes from an alloy of argentium. To my understanding, it is one of the strongest precious metals there is. Your unbreakable ties inspired the design at the heart of the bracelet, inlaid with a red gem of the highest purity. Those bracelets will not corrode or tarnish, and will preserve your bond for a great many years down the line.
Whoa. This'll do just grand. I couldn't have asked for something better. Kinda scary how perfect it is.
Amazing! We barely told you anything. I really must confess, this is arguably one of my finest works to date.
Of course he'd say that.
What better keepsake could there be to assuage the both of you alike?
Well, so you knew.
So you already know that much about us? Hardly. It was quite simple. This was not the first time I've been enlisted for such a request. I'm not psychic.
Wait, what's this about? A keepsake?
You know what happens to us folk when we pop our clogs?
Yeah.
We're lost numbers, fighting at the front. Our numbers could be up tomorrow. And nothing will be left of us. We'll just whoosh into light. It's crap. We're not having any of it. Our names will go up in some cenotaph, but all we'll be is just another statistic.
Yeah, so you see, we figured there had to be a better way for us to be remembered by. Something that'd last long into the future. Something that we'd be proud of, to keep us in good memory.
And that's where the keepsakes come in.
There is naught in this life more beautiful and precious than a happy, cherished memory. And yet, it is human nature that the more precious we perceive a thing, the more we fear it might be whisked away. Like these two here. They aren't the first city folk who wish to set their memories in stone. And certainly won't be the last. To leave something permanent, telling the world that they once lived. Their lives' history writ, and spirits enshrined.
Isn't it what we all want?
A love
To
that
be
cannot
remembered?
be seen. Immortalized in physical form. Therein lies the quintessence of my work as lapidarist extraordinaire.
Now that there's the head of House Cassini. Gal's a cut above. We were right to stick by you. Thanks, Emil. You're a gem.
Trust us, we'll take extra good care of them. Until our final breath. No. For a long, long time yet.
If the both of you are satisfied, then I am too. Those bracelets, may they serve you well, and impart to you a future both bright and prosperous.
I hope so too.
All right, that about wraps up the order.
It does.
I'm truly grateful for all the support you've given me, you know. Rare is the job where one can feel such fulfillment.
Yeah, sometimes the extra effort helps.
Before we wrap up, I'd like to ask you something.
Yes, I'm all ears, my dear.
Those two appeared to mention something quite significant back there. The head of House Cassini.
My, oh my, oh my. It seems I've been found out, have I?
What is this house, Cassini?
One of the city's 6 houses. You know, like the House Vandham that Monica leads. If you're the head, then that makes you Monica's equal. You must be in quite the position of power.
Oh, hardly. I would never compare myself to the likes of Moni, dearest. I only succeeded the role as a formality, when the former head unexpectedly made it known that they were going to step down.
And that doesn't interfere with your lapidary extraordinaire business?
Doesn't seem very leaderly. What's everyone got to say about that?
Free is the citizen who embraces their freedom.
Basically, she decides to do whatever she wants to do. And helping people like she just did, that is her dream, that is her decision.
We of House Cassini are free spirits, more so than the other houses. Such has been our code for generations. So long as one forges one's own path in life, unbound by societal principles, my house's role is to respect and support them in it. So, you see, I serve the people of the city in my own way, as I personally see fit.
Wow, there really are all kinds in the city, huh?
Well now, that was a job well done. And thanks to the experience, I believe I have some new ideas for accoutrements. Let me use this sudden flash of inspiration to put our contract to good use. You did do the Ferris's share of the work, after all.
Thanks, Masha. We'll be counting on you.
Like we always do with our heroes.
And I shall expect nothing but the finest patronage.
You can now craft a wider range of accessories in Craft Accessories. Perfect. Quest complete. With the party's help, Masha had no trouble crafting elegant keepsakes for Jake and Tessa that met their expectations, marking another victory for the arts. Ascended.
I see some relations have changed.
Alright. Last hero, step right up.
Eno will be alongside till very end.
Eno is gonna be the next one, and of course with her ascending we can max out her rest of her stats. Does make her, I think if we want her class as our hero backup, she would be a very good one indeed. So, what do we need to do for her? Where do we need to pick up the quest? Take Eno to the Namba Mount Camp and complete the Hope of No One-Kind. Is that the same camp where she always is? I think it's on this side. Yes, it is. I think the best one would be here. It's close enough, but not as close that it will trigger the event. So next episode we can start with hers, and the episode after that, yes, it will finally happen. We'll continue the main story. And if you have been counting, after Eno we have 2 hero quests left, but I have so many other side quests that I still need to find in order to unlock those hero quests, is that I will keep those there. And after we finish the entire game, and the game allows us to, I'll figure out where those side quests are, those hero quests, and potentially load them up as extra episodes, just like we did with the remainder of these hero quests. Alright, so for now, one more thing, because I did say I want to check it out. Let's see if we have some new collected pieces. Yes, we do.
We just had to persevere. It's looking complete.
Yeah, so many affinity would be a waste to do it.
Complete. It's looking complete. That's all of them. We just had to persevere.
Basically everywhere where we had a hero quest are now collected Pia cards we can complete.
That's all of them. We just had to persevere.
Ooh, Ashira herself.
That's all of them.
Well, I guess that was the goods for working together.
We just had to persevere. It's looking complete.
Ultra pure gemstone.
It's looking complete.
Beautiful crystal. So many. I didn't expect that, to be honest.
We just had to persevere. We just had to persevere.
Sagiri as well. Well, that was a lot. And I mean, like, seriously a lot.
Looks like colony relations have changed.
Good. Connection between the colonies always needs to be as high as it can be. Yeah. Perfect. So, for now, we're gonna leave the episode here. On the next one, we continue with Ino's hero quest, and we'll do it to completion. So for now, I wish you all a great night, morning, day, wherever you are, and if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be back next time as we continue on with the last hero quest and prepare ourselves to continue onwards with the main story. So, see you then. Bye bye.